Have you ever noticed that there are some people who will constantly wrong you? They'll constantly disrespect you. They'll constantly do things to hurt you. But if the same thing is done to them, it is a problem. And these are the same people who they don't like to be told that they are wrong for anything that they have done. They don't want their flaws or their faults to be pointed out to them. And these are the same ones that even if you tell them how you feel and you point out to them what they have done wrong, they'll never apologize. They expect you to just go on like everything is okay. However, if you do something to them, they expect an apology. They expect an apology, or else to them, you have committed a heinous crime by hurting them and not apologizing. There are some people who they'll come to you and they'll say, Mary, I don't like this about Mary. Mary eats with her mouth open, and I don't like that. And they'll tell everyone what they don't like about Mary. And if you point it out to them like, hey, you're saying this about Mary, but you're doing the same thing, then it's a problem, because you should have never pointed out their faults and their flaws to them. They have some people, and I may not be liked for this, but they have some people who they will criticize everyone's parenting skills. They will criticize everyone's parenting skills. They will correct everyone's children. But you dare not, one, correct their child, and you dare not tell them anything about their child. Now, anyone who knows me knows this. For me, it takes a village. I believe in that. It takes a village. So, if you see my child doing something, I'm not telling you that I am giving you permission to whoop my child, because I don't even whoop my child. So I am not telling you that I'm giving you permission to whoop my child, but I am giving an adult permission to talk to my child, to reprimand my child, to say, hey, this isn't right. Even if you want to take it to the point where you put my child in timeout, you can do that. But some people, you can't do or say anything to them about their children, or try to even tell their children that they're wrong for doing anything. They will take your head off. But they're the first ones to come to you about your child and to tell you what your child is doing wrong. Now, I'm not saying that if a person abuses children, or a person who you know does not treat your child properly can tell you anything about your child or reprimand your child or whatever. I'm not saying you should abuse anybody's children. But if you mean that child well, the parent should not have a problem with you telling their child that they were wrong. The parent should not have a problem with you counseling their child. But we have grown individuals who takes offense to people giving them constructive criticism about their children. But they are the same ones who act like they know it all. They're the same ones who wants to tell your child or your children what to do and what not to do when they can't even control their own child or their own children. And it is sad. I wholeheartedly believe in do unto others as you would like done to yourself. So if you don't want someone counseling your child, and if you don't want someone telling you when you are wrong, leave people alone. Leave people's children alone. And if you have wronged someone and you are not grown enough to swallow your pride and apologize, swallow your pride and say you were wrong, then by God, leave people alone. Don't expect an apology from anyone. Don't expect an apology from anyone if you are not grown enough to admit that you are wrong for doing something, and if you're not grown enough to admit or to apologize. Don't expect an apology. Don't expect somebody to take accountability for anything that they have done to you if you yourself refuse to take accountability. None of us are above the other. So whatever you want for yourself, if your skin is too thin, don't expect it from anybody else. Whatever you want for yourself, do that to others. Give that to others. If not, do not expect it from anyone. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If you're a person who cannot take accountability, do not expect accountability from anyone. Do not expect accountability from anyone if you're not grown enough to show accountability. Do not expect others to be in your corner if you don't know how to be in someone's corner. Do not expect people to be in your corner if you do not know how to be in someone's corner. There are people who don't know how to be a friend. And it is sad. There is a saying that a friend of my enemy cannot be my friend. And the reason why a lot of people believe that a friend of their enemy can't be their friend is because they don't trust themselves. You can be friends with two people who are not friends. It is quite simple. The way to do it is this. You're with Mary. Mary cannot say anything to you about Rebecca. And if you're with Rebecca, Rebecca shouldn't be able to say anything to you about Mary. Quite simple. And the minute either of them try to talk to you about the other, shut it down. But some people, this is what they do. Mary says something to you about Rebecca, and you'll put your little 2 cents in, and you'll talk with Mary about Rebecca, and then you'll run back to Rebecca and say, hey, this is what Mary was saying about you. And you will even say what you said and tell Rebecca Mary said it. Why? Because in your head, Rebecca will never ask Mary if she actually said what I said she said, or Rebecca will never ask Mary if I said anything. So I expect Rebecca to trust me that I will not talk to Mary about her, when in fact you're sitting in the middle being the biggest snake. Being the biggest snake. Excuse this lighting. You will sit in the middle being the biggest snake because you don't trust yourself. And because you don't know how to be a friend. So for me, a friend of my enemy can be my friend if they trust themselves and if they know how to conduct themselves as a friend. Do not let both parties see you in the middle and talk about each other. That's the easiest way to do it. If you don't trust yourself to do that, then by all means, cut one friend off. Choose which friend you think is more valuable to you and stay on that side. Cut the other one off. Choose which friend adds more meaning to your life. Choose which friend is better for you. Which one you think elevates you. Which one you think adds value to your life. If you don't know how to be a friend to both. If you can't trust yourself, don't expect others to trust you. And I think we all need to evaluate our lives and where we are in life and see if we are someone who can be trusted. See if we add value to anyone's life. To see, we need to self-evaluate to see if we are good people. And if you can't tell if you're a good person or not, then chances are you're not. Have a blessed one.